Yeah.
He likes to work that.
You're not going to ask her to marry you again, are you? Did she say yes?
She did say
Is it
yes.
done for sure?
Still with me too.
Yeah.
You wearing a blue shirt?
You gotta
Get out!
This will go with the theme of the
you
question.
gonna make him do 10 push-ups?
Do 10. You gotta do 10.
He wants you to do 10 push-ups.
Really, go knock it out. Go real
No,
quick.
like, for real, you can ask, Brutus, put the mic down there and he can ask his question while I do it.
Schlegel.
Growing up, my dad, my grandpa would always talk about Woody and Bo. I think a lot of us have been in the 90s, went through the bad, the 2000s went through the good, and a lot of us are just itching for that rivalry to come back, the non and public, trash talking. You know, we grew up with Woody, you know, running up the score, talking how like it's their job to stop us. How important, you know, it's important to us to see that, you know, now that Michigan's back on the map finally.
Hold down.
Gets married, gets a heck of a workout here.
Give him the
I'm
ring
glad to see that
back.
team up north back on the map.
Yeah.
I was just want to get your style, how you are looking forward to approach that hole with Brady Hoke and how that.
Well,
how you
I just
plan to handle that.
I just think my predecessor did a phenomenal job. I mean, Coach Trussell made that the game. I kind of like the rivalry like that now. I kind of like, you said you want that team back on the map. I don't hope they are ever on the map. You look at basketball and football in the last, someone threw a stat up there, and it's been,
And women's basketball too.
it's been a one-sided rivalry, which that's good.
Did you guys shake hands before the game?
No. But it was not, and once again, people try to blow it up. He was down there, I'm down there, and
Right.
that's so overrated.
It wasn't like an effort.
People ask me, say, what did he say to you? I don't know. I don't listen to him. He doesn't listen to me. I get lucky. It's not like I hope, hey, how's it going? I hope you have a good day. 'Cause I hope your day
but
stinks.
let me ask you. Of course.
And
But when you play Illinois,
you say, what did they say after the game? I don't know. It was like people
See
running
ya.
around, hey, good luck to you. Get the move
see
on.
it. But when you play Illinois, do you shake Tim Beckman's hand before the game?
It depends. Sometimes you look over and I'll give one of these, and I'm not a big talker.
You're not a
I
big-
usually don't do that.
Yeah.
If they're standing near midfield and it's a friend, like Tim worked for me at Bowling Green, so
Yeah.
I'll walk over and shake
Say,
his hand.
yeah.
But once again, that is so, people build that up. It has nothing to do with nothing.
Right.
And then after the game, someone said, well, he didn't come over and he tried. You know, there's
Right.
even, I talked to him.
Well, they're going to always look for that angle. What do you like before the game? Are you a big rah-rah guy, or you bring people in to help you with that? You punch a chalkboard? Like, what's your deal before?
Yeah, it depends on if you're playing against a rival. It's not a whole lot of necessary. When you're playing a team that's not very good at noon, it's like a circus act in our locker room.
Is it you,
It's
though,
like
or do you-
I'll go up to Schlegel and I'll go up to Mickey and I'll go up to. I said, hey, I need you. Let's get the cheerleading outfit on. Let's go. And I'll do some crazy stuff myself. But when it's a big one, think about it. Here's a 19-year-old getting ready to go play in front of millions of people on television against your rival. The last they need is some nut job up there telling them how important the game is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You need to do this. So
Right.
before a national championship game, it's like, what did you say to the team? I said, 4 to 6 seconds, as hard as you go, focus on your job. Not, you don't need that. Now, when you're playing somewhere where the team's kind of sleepy looking, when they
Didn't feel it warm up.
then I need, and then we'll come in the locker room and explode and go crazy and all that. But it depends on, you're motivating, you're not putting on a show, you're motivating 19-year-olds.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Bruce is going to go back up here with the last question.
Coach, my name is Ron Likens from Westerville. Congratulations on a great season. The question I have, we see a tremendous number of athletes who come to help the Cruise for Cancer, and they do a fantastic job. is this. Approximately how many athletes do come back to Ohio State University to help in programs after they graduate? Have any idea?
Well, I'd say Ohio State is second to none in that category. When you see the guys that, I was talking to James Laurinaitis today, and Shelley, his future wife, I call him his wife, his future wife, that, I want him around. I want these guys around. I remember that back when I was a graduate assistant at Ohio State. Tom Zach used to come around all the time, and I'd watch him out there throwing with our players, and then you go away other places, you don't ever see that. And I think Columbus is very, inviting to come back because it's a great city. Ohio State's very inviting to come back because we treat the players right. But it goes back to the original, about 20 minutes ago, we talked about the quality of individual that you get to Ohio State. James Laurinaitis is what you get. A.J. Hawk is what you get. And in return, I come in, I see him in the weight room. They're training, I grab them and say, hey, go get this kid. So go get Ryan Shazier, James, and visit with him, coach him, and I'd say that's, second to none. And you see it here, William White, I have to pick up the phone and within 3 seconds, William, can you? Yes. The answer is yes. Let's talk about the brotherhood. Was it Ryan Miller? I think Ryan was talking about, he didn't play with so-and-so, but forever he's associated with Kirk Herbstreit. Why? Because they wore the scarlet and gray. And don't make light of that. That I'd say this is second to none. Of course it is. It's second to none at Ohio State.
The last thing I want to ask you about, you touched on it, if you could do it briefly just so they can hear about this Wednesday thing that you have. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I talked about this. This is also something I hope becomes, first of all, I'm sure people try to copy it, which is fine because I think it's for good. But it used to be a day and age where guys our age, not your age, my age, that when you got a college degree, you got a job. Those days are long gone. I don't know if they'll ever come back. And so what you have to do is now, as a responsibility, a kid puts his body on the line. He's going to play and sell Ohio State football to the United States of America. He's going to play in front of millions of people. They're going to make a lot of money. It's going to go to all kinds of different sports. Coaches get paid, ADs get paid, presidents get paid. Everybody's getting taken care of. What's an athlete get? And I'm a proponent that an athlete should get a stipend. I've been on committees. We had it pushed, and it didn't happen. It was done. You realize that was done? We were going to get $2,000, which is $2,000. They should have that.
Yeah,
and they don't have that. And so we're still fighting to get that done. However, one of the worst things that can ever happen to any human being is get used. And so this is the same speech I talk to our players all the time about. It's your fault. The person, I'm sure he's here somewhere, but I think one of the greatest examples, I use them all the time with the players, is Archie Griffin. Archie Griffin did not get used. He used Ohio State, and you should use Ohio State because it's a big, powerful monster to use them. You've used Ohio State. Kirk Herbstreit will forever be known associated with his great university because you've done a good job with that. And Eddie George, all these great players, because they're associated with it. The player that comes is a 2.0 student, doesn't play much, and just kind of disappears. He just got used. Or you don't graduate, you don't take care of it. So we've started it's called Real Life Wednesday. So we get our players 8 hours per week in the off season, 20 hours per week during spring practice. We're going to take a 30-minute window out of football time so they know, plus our players, you can tell when I brought it up, you can tell a lot of them appreciate this. We're going to take it and we're going to teach them beginning to end what it takes to go succeed in real life. Well, the first part is going to be a foundation. The CEO of Harley Davidson, who's a big Buckeye, he's going to come in and he's going to speak to our players about, he's a CEO, what's he looking for when he hires them? I told him, you've got 20, 30 minutes, attack them. This is what I look for, this is what I don't look for. And then we're going to go on about how to build your resume, for example, community service, and internships, those type of things, because when you graduate, you should have some experience on your resume. The third thing is going to be the finance part of it. It's amazing how many people, when you hear 80% of professional football players are broke after 3 years, people are going like, wow, that's unbelievable. I said, yeah, I know it. I'm surprised it's not more. Because some of the guys I've dealt with in the past, and that third uncle gets involved, you're like, what the hell are you doing?
Right.
You're just not taking care of yourself. So we're going to teach them the value of what a paycheck means. It's not, so I get a job for $45,000 a year. You're not getting a check for $45,000. You're getting a bunch of stuff taken out of that check. So we're going to go through that with them. We're going to also talk about the 529 plan for kids. They should learn about that right now. Someday they're going to have a child. It's your responsibility to help that kid get to college. If you start early enough, they can start hearing this. Imagine hearing that freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. By the time you head off in the real world, at least you know what it is.
Yeah.
Now it's your job to go take care of it. Right. And then the next thing, this is probably the best part, is we've done a survey already about the most common career endeavors that our kids are looking into. For example, a lot of them are criminal justice. They want to be a law officer, you know, CIA or FBI. I didn't know that. But after you came back, it was like 8 of them or something like that. Business is overwhelming, number one. There's like 24 kids wanted business. And I'd ask when I was thinking, why business? And, I don't know business. So we're going to teach them what business is. Whether it's banking, whether it's entrepreneur, start a car dealership or whatever it is. But we'll have people come in and we'll have them speak. Believe it or not, a lot of them are broadcasting. We're going to have Clark Kellogg come back and talk to them about how to go. I want to be a broadcaster. Well, great. Do you really? Here's what you do until you get to, the high level of it. You have to work your way. So every week for 12 weeks, we're going to have speakers come in and talk about different careers. And then the culmination will be over in the Jack Nicklaus Museum. We're going to have over 100 to 150 businesses show up. I got a vision of this thing. You come walking in, and they're all over the place. We have shirt and ties on. Our players walk over, introduce themselves. Hi, I'm Kirk Herbstreit. I'm a sophomore. I'm really interested in banking, and Fifth Third Bank will be right there. Well, here's what's going on. Here's what you need to do. Does this sound appealing to you? If it does, here's my business card. Here's my email. Let's start a dialogue. And so here's my freshman year, sophomore year. By the time you're a junior, and our goal, if you leave earlier, if you stay for your senior year, is I told our coaches, and I'm going to hold our coaches to it, those kids better have 4 job offers on the table. Now, I'm not talking about the guy that's a knucklehead, but the
guys that are working at it.
The guys that really want to go get it, the players like you see around here, they should have 4 job opportunities, because everybody wants to hire these guys. Everybody does. Sure. The real ones. They want to hire them, so they need 4 job offers sitting on the table waiting for them. Let them go chase their dream of pro football. When they come back, it's time to go raise your family, be a good husband, be a good father, and pay your taxes and do your deal. So I'm so fired up. We're starting Wednesday.
I haven't heard of a program anywhere in the country like that. That's being proactive and making a difference, because it's one thing to have, every one of these guys could come up here and tell a story. I never heard of anything like that. I mean, think about being a freshman or a sophomore. Unless you had parents teaching you that, nobody's teaching you that stuff. So that's huge, and I'm sure these guys a lot of them will get involved in trying to help you out with that. And just want to thank all of you guys, and of course, Coach. We were thinking it might be a little shorter than this, but it's been a lot of fun. We always look forward to this kind of part of the trip.